welcome to today's video. If this is the first time you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my free tarot reading channel. Today's video is really exciting actually. I'm filming this before I filmed the group, so I don't know what we have in store, but as always, I'm going into this with the intention of providing clarity, support, and as much information as possible. We're going to be asking Spirit today, what can you expect for the rest of 2021? I know, it's that time already. This is a reading that I've wanted to do for a very long time, but I did have to wait until the second half of the year to start filming it. I thought that June or May was a bit early, so I've waited until August to be able to offer you today's video. Now, there will be an extended reading for today's video. The extended reading will be over on Patreon, and we'll talk more about that when we get into each of your groups, because the extended reading is basically going to be exploring topics and themes that you encountered in this portion of your reading that I wasn't able to delve deeper into. That's the idea of the extended reading, okay? It's going to be delving deeper into what we've already seen here. Now, I do offer a lot over on Patreon. Patrons get early access to all the content here on YouTube, for example, depending on your tier. I will be posting less in August, and the idea is to be able to spread myself around evenly, not thin. So I will be making sure that I put at least one video a week up on, Patreon, whether it's an extended reading or a Patreon exclusive reading. So if it's something that you're interested in, I do recommend that you go and have a look at Patreon down below. I have a trailer there that goes further into description of what you can expect within each of the 3 tiers. So before we get too into this video, I have to announce that we actually have a sponsor for today's video, you guys. Massive thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an online learning community which offers thousands of different classes, whether you're trying to learn new skills or you're trying to build on interests that you already have, develop interests, for example. Skillshare probably has something for you. It is specifically curated for learning. So there's no ads. You just watch your video back to back. It's very easy to binge watch. The 2 classes that I've been watching is the Ultimate Self-Care Playbook by Jonathan Van Ness, as well as the How to Make a Podcast by John Lagamasano. The other thing that I think you guys will like is that they do live classes. It's an opportunity for you to connect with the teacher as well as other people in your class, your classmates, I guess. So you can have your discussions live and learn alongside your teacher and working through that workshop with them. The first 1,000 subscribers to click the link in my description box will get 1 month free membership, you guys. So I just want to say again, thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Now, I'm going to take you into the pick a group portion of your video where we will be showing you the groups and you can figure out which of these groups you're feeling most called to. Okay, so welcome to the pick a group portion of today's reading. As you can see, we have 4 groups to choose from today. Group 1, you guys will be the tree group. So this group, all the rocks are technically painted. They're all rocks, okay? They're very sentimental to me. But group 1, you have the tree painted rock. So as you can see, there's a whirlwind of colors happening in the background, some very warm, sort of burnt looking themes, a very old tree that doesn't seem to have any leaves, quite skeleton-like, but not as skeleton as group number 2's. Group number 2, you're so bare that we can see the individual spines on the leaves here. This rock is mostly yellow with a little bit of black. We got some dot symbolism, and we have this sort of leafy spine in the middle of the rock as well. So that's group 2. Group 3, your painted rock over here is kind of like a gradient effect. We've got this sort of white cross section over the top. Is that what we would call it, maybe? A hatching theme, kind of. But underneath that, we have a yellow to green gradient happening. So very interesting, group 3. Group 4, you have the Koedhal rock. So Koedhal means crocodile in my culture, and this rock is mostly green. You can see a little bit of yellow hues coming out. There's also a black skull of a crocodile, or a Koedhal should I say, and the white eye here. So that's group 4. We have 4 groups here, you guys, in total. So if you do need more time, you can either pause the video now, or you are welcome to join me in the meditation. The meditation only takes a minute, and it will be rolling over after this clip. It's a very quick, easy way to connect with your intuition. If you have any other weird, wild, wonderful method, then feel free to jump ahead once you know which of these 4 groups you're feeling most called to. Timestamps are in the description box, and I shall see you in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color. It could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Welcome group 1. If you guys chose this burnt tree over here, then this is going to be your reading. I definitely didn't provide too much information about your group compared to the others, so welcome if you did choose that beautiful painted rock. All these rocks were painted by my sister, so they all hold a little bit of sentimental value, and every now and then I bring them back into my readings. Now, group 1, we're asking Spirit today, what can you expect for the rest of 2021. I'm going to be pulling 3 cards that will help depict the 3 major themes that you can experience for the rest of your 2021, and then we're going to delve a bit deeper with some tarot and some more oracle cards as well. So group 1, please, Spirit, what are the 3 main themes they can expect to experience for the rest of 2021? What are the 3? Oh, we have natural agate coming out over here. Interesting. You are that group. This is a card I pulled in the collective reading for the rest of August. This was a reading that I did on Instagram. So natural agate, not too surprised. It is a theme that will be impacting the collective. I'm going to put that down. What else will group 1 experience for the rest of 2021, Spirit? What other themes will group 1 experience? We have your last 2 cards. We've got red jasper coming out as well. I'll talk more about these cards as I go into your reading. I just want to show you them first. And look at that, we have 3 elements. We have light amethyst coming out for you as well. So we've got earth, fire, and air now. Bottom deck energy is the amber. We won't really need to delve into that energy though. We're just looking at these 3 mostly. So group 1, straight off the cuff, what I can see here is that you're going to have a fairly diverse ending to 2021. We've got a lot of different themes coming through. I see a progression of events, okay? We start with the number 2, go to the number 5 and the number 7. So things are definitely picking up pace for you in the rest of 2021. I want to say that it may start off slow or small. With natural agate here, there is a warmth to this energy. It's not supposed to be abrupt or hurtful or harmful. It's supposed to be cozy and comfortable. This indicates some sort of comfort zone actually. It indicates sort of bringing in closeness. So you could be working with very comfortable, cozy people, people that you know well, people who you have a comfort zone with, people who you enjoy spending time with. The Venus on this card tells me that you will have some sort of connection with them that is quite sentimental or just loving in general. There is going to be a focus on you sort of rebuilding and healing. So some of you guys, you may be recovering from something that has already happened at the start of 2021, or this is just going to be a focus on healing in general, especially with the heart chakra here. The heart chakra does give me healing vibes, like working on your health in the sense of your immune system potentially, or just your emotional healing in general. I do get a very firm feeling with this card, like it's very slow, it's very comfortable, and it's not shocking at all. So that is a major theme for the rest of 2021 for you. And this feels like you're associating yourself with, again, like comfortable, familiar people. Now, the thing about comfortability is that life doesn't roll in such fine structures. Life is very unpredictable at times, and that's what red jasper is over here highlighting. With red jasper, we have the number 5, the Mars over here in terms of the planet, and we also have the sacral chakra. So please know that a major theme for the rest of 2021 is that you will be encountering changes. And I think that these are welcome changes for you. You take these changes on with another warm embrace. There's a lot of warmth to you, okay? And red jasper is really about taking action towards change. So I see this as you wanting this, okay? Especially with the sacral chakra here. The sacral chakra is growth in general. And that with the heart chakra makes me think that while a major theme is healing and a comfort zone, this seems to be balanced with a desire to grow and a desire for more, a desire to create, to inspire. It's almost like you are inspired and you're following some sort of goal or passion for the rest of 2021. If there is a relationship involved, I see it really developing based on an attraction here. You have some sort of attraction to something or someone, and the rest of 2021 is about you following that desire and wanting to transform it and grow it even more. Red jasper is quite a transformative energy in this deck because it does have Mars and the number 5 and the sacral chakra. It's this idea of taking something this big and making it grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So there is this feeling of like a catalyst effect for the rest of 2021 in the sense of like what you focus on is what will grow. So just keep that in mind. I do think that you have a comfort zone, but I also think that you're very inspired to grow beyond that as well. And you seem to be balancing between the two. Today, I'm just going to rest and chill with my favorites. Tomorrow, I'm going to hustle and hit my goals hard. So that's what I see for you so far. The third main theme is the light amethyst card over here. And light amethyst is represented by the number 7. We have Uranus. We also have the third eye and the airy element. So there is more transformation with this card. I consider this you thinking about your future and really trying to think ahead, plan ahead. There is something about you that is being divinely guided at this time. And a main theme here is acting based upon your intuition and trusting that what is meant for you won't miss you. There's a heavy feeling of trust in your group. Honestly, you can experience a lot of change for the rest of 2021. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of growth, a lot of change, and a lot of planning. I feel like the rest of 2021 has you in game mode and you're really planning for the year ahead. Whether you know it or not, you're setting yourself up for some pretty big things. And I do have a feeling that a lot of this is either subconscious or just not your primary focus. You unknowingly set yourself up for some pretty big wins in the future. There is something here about following your instincts or your intuition, and it feels like you may be spending a lot of time just reflecting and thinking, or just spending sort of still moments trying to tune into what truly matters or what you truly feel called to. There is a feeling with light amethyst of doing things from a mindful space. And again, whether this is your intention or not, it leads to a lot of success. Uranus is about connecting with friends or like networking as well. Not so much as Gemini or Mercury, but it's certainly about networking. So I do see that you are trying to kind of expand who you spend time with, or you're trying to be very selective over your communication style in order to achieve and tick specific boxes. And it's nothing manipulative, it just feels very well planned. So whether that's your plan or the divine's plan, you're going to have all these little setups done for the rest of 2021 that lead to further growth, further expansion, further success. So you can expect things to start really picking up pace, okay? And I think that you're balancing this out really well, focusing on 3 different yet helpful themes. Now we're going to get some tarot. We're going to see what else tarot can tell us about the rest of your 2021. I'm not going to focus on the 3 cards. We're just going to be asking in general. Group 1, please, Spirit, what can they expect for the rest of 2021? What can you expect? We have the Son of Wands. I like that. We got a little bit of Knight of Wands coming out here. What can Group 1 expect? We have the Son of Swords now coming out reversed. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's a good approach to have. What else can you tell us about Group 1's rest of 2021? We have the 9 of Wands. Okay, I do like that. It's all coming together for you guys. You've worked very hard in 2021. Group 1, please, Spirit. We have the 7 of Cups. Okay, this is interesting. And I'll get at least 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Thank you so much. We have the 7 of Wands in the reverse. 1 more card, please. We have the Chariot. I'm not too surprised. Hey, you are ambitious, you are focused, you are determined. Now, your bottom deck energy, speaking of you, is the 6 of Swords. So you're definitely healing something in the rest of 2021. That is a major theme for you, Group 1. You are healing something, you're working towards something, and communication, or at least communicating with the right people in the right way, is what seems to be driving this forward movement for you. Speaking of forward movement, we do have 2 suns over here, the Son of Wands and the Son of Swords. Now, what these 2 are telling me is that yes, there is a lot of desire to move forward, but it's not recklessness. It's not careless desire. You have thought about this and you're acting from a place of feeling and mindfulness rather than rushing and impulsiveness. I see with the Son of Swords reverse that there's no sort of hastiness to this. It's not very like clumsy. You're very careful. Even though you're passionate and you're determined with the Son of Wands, you're not being impulsive. So I do like that. You can expect the rest of your 2021 to include moments where you can connect with your true desire or your passions in order to move towards what you feel is meant for you. I see with the Son of Swords here, the Son of Wands here, that you are going to be attracted to something, like you're focused on something. It feels very specific and it feels like this obsession almost, or this attraction, is really motivating you to take some big action. And I feel like this big action doesn't seem daunting anymore. It doesn't seem scary anymore because you know that it's what you want. There's no sort of hesitation, but you're doing it in a way where it's not impulsive and it's well thought out. This seems to lead into the 9 of Wands energy where you're really persevering through your limits. It feels like you're really pushing yourself, like foot to the floor, you know, just push through the rest of this year. Now, I think that's where the natural agate is encouraging you to really just take care with your physical vessel, because the heart chakra, as much as it talks about your emotions and your love and self-love, it also talks about your immune system. So while it is very helpful for your goals and for your attractions and your interests to move towards things with such determination, it is also important that you're aware of your physical vessel and how you may need to take time to sort of build that strength or recharge that energy before you continue taking action. So the 9 of Wands is kind of the foot to the floor feeling, like just press on the gas as hard as you can basically, but it's also a little bit of a warning here. It's that reminder of, well, listen, you can have what you want, but there may be a better way of doing it without burning out. It's like your warning. It's a fuel light coming on basically. Your vehicle needs to recharge, refuel, please reconsider your action and then keep going forward. So there will be a moment in the rest of this year where you have your fuel light come on, and it's very important that you choose that natural agate's wisdom before you tap back into red jasper. Really reconsider your approach so that you're recharged and refreshed, renewed, ready to take this and affirmative action. With the 7 of Cups over here, you have 2 sevens, actually you have 3 sevens, so excuse me, you have 4 sevens. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 sevens finishing your reading. I think that all these sevens are really paying homage into the divine. You are incredibly guided for the rest of 2021. You've got this sort of finessed laser focus on something, not realizing that that goal isn't the destination. The goal is literally a stepping stone to more opportunities. So it's the best way to be. The 7 of Cups is telling me that you have a lot coming your way, a lot of options, a lot of choices. It may be a little bit confusing, but it only becomes more confusing when you separate yourself from what your base intention was. And you seem to have a very clear intention here with red jasper and the Son of Wands. You have a very clear idea of what you want. So tap into that intention and make sure that you aren't cutting yourself short when you do make a decision to move forward. You have choices, you have options, which can be very liberating, but it can be confusing at times. So connect with your clarity, okay? Remind yourself of what your purpose is and try not to get too confused about the fact that you have so many choices to make. The moon is talking about confusion, whereas the sun is talking about clarity on that card. And the truth is, there's probably only one thing that is right for you here. The others are there to confuse you. There's only one thing that may make you happy or align with your intention. The others are there to confuse you. Now, the 7 of Wands over here is talking about overcoming your fears, and it does feel like it comes back to the 9 of Wands feeling, like choose your battles wisely. Yes, you are ambitious. Yes, you are focused. Yes, you have desires and passions and interests, and you have the ability to achieve them, but there may be a better way of doing this. Invest your energy wisely and really consider the things that are popping up into your subconscious mind, because you are being intuitively guided to do something here, and I feel like you may be a little bit of an antenna that is like buzzing with energy and feedback and information from above. So the 7 of Wands reversed is that feeling of choose your battles and choose your circumstances in terms of where you want to invest your energy and how you want to, okay, group 1. And over here with the Chariot, the rest of your 2021, you're going to be able to just make a lot of movements, okay? A lot of forward movement for you in the rest of 2021. I see you progressing, and I see things really developing and changing and growing for you. The Chariot is about determination. It's about a feeling of success and wanting to move through obstacles. So I do think that you're going to be able to curb your fear and really rise to the occasion when it comes to what you want. The major themes really do tie into the tarot that we've seen here, but I want to just get a few more cards to tie up the rest of your 2021. So group 1, please, Spirit. What else can you tell us about 2021? Thank you. What else can you tell us about 2021 for group 1? Thank you. And we'll get some cards from this deck as well. What else can you tell us about the rest of 2021? For group 1, please, Spirit. What else can you tell us about the rest of 2021? For group 1, we have Eros. Oh, there it is. Lust, passion, desire. What else can you tell us? We have the River, another horse. Horses could be somewhat of a sign that you guys are looking for. We also have a snake and an owl. Is there anything else? Oh, we have a deer as well. Is there anything else for 2021 for group 1, please, Spirit? We have agape. Wow, so love is playing a theme. in the rest of your 2021, we start over here with look inward. And this card is telling me that you'll have time to be in that comfort zone, surrounded by people that you trust, people that feel warm to you, and people that give you a feeling of like comfort. They feel very much like soulmates, okay? They feel like people that we can just be our true selves with. And if this isn't us spending time with a lot of other people, it's us spending time with ourselves, getting comfortable, getting familiar, getting into a knowing space where we are very in tune with our needs and our desires. Look inward with the stag on this card is almost insinuating an opportunity to really connect with who you are at your core before you take this affirmative action forward. And I see the stag as a masculine energy. But ironically, looking inward gives me this feminine energy of really connecting with self from an intuitive place, third eye energy, high priestess energy. So it is this feeling of two sides to the one coin coming together, the masculine and the feminine. And this could be your inner union feeling, or it could be you coming into a union with an opposing energy. But I do see this mostly as you balancing out your own energy, feminine, masculine, coming into union. Now we also have transitions, so we know that about you. We know you're going to have some changes, and we know that for the most part these are changes that you've wanted. Transitions tells me that for you guys it is going to be about moving things forward. You're going to grow through a lot of goals, and honestly the goal isn't the destination for you, it's just a stepping stone. You are setting yourself up for a lot of success in the future. 2021 is about really moving through some stones in terms of some milestones and being able to pave the way for future successes. Now, Eros is interesting. Eros talks about attraction, like in its very basic form, that primary attraction, like a crush developing. And I feel like that's you, Sweet Pea. You've got a crush here. You've got an attraction to something developing, and it's giving you the opportunity to move things forward. It's giving you the opportunity to decide what you want to invest more energy towards. And it is a little bit confusing because it opens the door for you to other opportunities, but for the most part, your attraction is clear, your desire is clear, your intentions appear to be quite clear. So follow that passion, follow that original intention, and honestly just have fun with it. Like when I think about this energy, I think about it coming from a place of instinct, you know? It kind of gives me the birds and the bees vibes. The more you think about it, the more complicated it becomes. As long as you're being safe and you're not wanting to hurt other people, follow your instincts and you cannot fail with Eros. Now, the river is talking about movement, and I'm not surprised it came out for you. It is kind of like my Chariot card in this deck. It tells me that you can experience a lot of forward movement for the rest of 2021, and it doesn't move at an uncomfortable pace. It's almost insinuating that while the surface may look one way, what lies beneath the surface is something completely different. So things could be picking up pace. We can see the breeze sort of scuffling the surface of the water here and making it a bit distorted. But underneath the water, we see this clear image of this horse running. So as busy as it gets, your external world, come from a place of stillness and mindfulness. Connect with your intentions and know what it is that you want, and that will help you if you experience confusion in the rest of 2021 because you have choices. And lastly, agape is really just highlighting this overall feeling of balance and love. Agape is unconditional love in this deck, and it feels like an opportunity to tap into a beautiful, comforting, warm feeling. And this seems to be you, but I do not doubt that all of this leads to you attracting like-minded energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's more people involved. We could be looking at a slightly younger person here with the Knight of Wands, someone very passionate and motivated coming in to help us, a creative soul of some sort, very determined person who does have a little bit more to learn, but they're keen to be there. And it could be us sort of needing to talk and communicate with that person in order to understand a partnership that works best for both of us, you know, communicating our needs and coming back to that original intention, being very honest about what we're concerned about with the Son of Swords. But agape is a feeling of unconditional love. So I do see this tying in with your natural agate and light amethyst themes. This card does almost insinuate something coming full circle and an opportunity to really test some of the lessons we've learned when it comes to love and holding love for others. So that's what I see for you, group 1. I'm going to take this into the extended now. And what I decided that I'm going to do for the extended is we're going to expand on these 3 themes. So we're going to get as specific as we can and really just delve into those 3 themes to see how they exactly align with the rest of your 2021. As I mentioned in the intro, the extended reading is over on Patreon, so the links to Patreon is down below. You're welcome to join me there now. The reading will be live. Unless you're an early access member, then I'm so sorry, but you're going to have to wait until Friday to watch that reading. Thank you so much for all of your support, group 1. I'm going to take a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for helping me channel today's messages and for keeping me safe while doing so. Have a prosperous, abundant rest of 2021, and I shall see you in another video. Bye! Hi group 2 and welcome. If you guys chose this cute painted stone, then this is going to be your reading. I don't know why, it's just so precious. It's so precious. Anyway, I'm gonna put that down. There's enough about the stone. Welcome group 2. You are here because we're asking about the rest of your 2021. We're hopefully going to get some very clear predictions for you. I'm going to start with some oracle cards. These will help us get the major themes. I'm aiming for 3 cards, the 3 main themes that you can expect to experience for the rest of 2021. And then we are going to be getting more information with tarot and some other oracle decks. We'll also be talking about the extended reading at the end of your YouTube video. So, group 2, please, Spirit. Group 2. What are the 3 main themes that group 2 will experience for the rest of 2021, please, Spirit? Hello. We have Tiger's Eye coming out first. We'll talk more about this in your reading, but there's a fair look at it. Tiger's Eye. It doesn't come out very often. This is the red Tiger's Eye. It doesn't come out very often, so welcome. 2 more cards, please, Spirit, for group 2. What are the major themes they can expect to experience? We have Rock Crystal coming out next, a bit of air element. Very interesting. 1 more card. What can group 2 expect to experience for the rest of 20? Okay, they were showing me a water card, but you've actually got amber coming out for you guys. So this is another fire-based energy. So interesting. A lot of passion. A lot of creativity. I want to say that Leo season is going to be very interesting for you. It should offer a slight change, but ironically, I don't see this happening until the end of the year. So very interesting. I'm not going to talk about your bottom deck energy because it's not relevant, but based on what I'm seeing here, you have a lot of fire. So what fire means for me is that we're tapping into creative interests, we're tapping into passion, we're tapping into desire, and we're tapping into this sort of energetic attraction to something. And it does feel like an attraction. We start over here with the red Tiger's Eye. This is the number 17. We've got Aries, we have the sacral chakra, and then we have this fiery theme of the card in general. Now, the interesting thing about this card is actually the yoga pose here. When I say that this card doesn't come out often, I literally mean it like barely comes out. And what I'm getting straight away from this yoga pose is that there's something quite cathartic about the rest of your 2021. It's almost like you're stretching and coming out of a deep slumber. You have an opportunity to look at something in a different way and to take action in a different way. I see the red Tiger's Eye as you taking action, okay? And this seems to be based upon an interest or an attraction with sacral chakra here. I see this action coming after you have clarity with the number 17. It makes me think of the number 1, which is self, a strong connection to your intention or to your interest or to your clarity in general. And then it's the number 7 of action and instinct, a feeling of guidance as well. So it's very interesting here with the red tiger's eye. Whatever it is that you are interested in doing, it's very clear in your energy. It's very much something that you want, and it's not something that you'll give up easily. So it's also an outlet is what I want to tell you. As much energy as you're putting into it, there's something quite cathartic about that process. It feels like you get to exhale, or you get to release something. It's like a big morning stretch, a big stretch, finally able to unlock or rebalance something in your life. So it's quite interesting. Over here with the rock crystal, the other major theme that we have, or should we say the second major theme, is that you do seem to be exploring options mentally. You either have an opportunity to do some research or to talk to someone about something that puts a different puts your situation in a different perspective. Let's say that rock crystal is a card that is represented by the number 15. We also have Gemini and your throat chakra here. It's also impacted by the air element and this interesting yoga pose. So it does give me vibes of like communication in general and troubleshooting any challenges that come up. So either this is one source in particular that you're going to be communicating with quite a lot, or this is you just seeking information. There is a playful curiosity about you in the rock crystal, and there's this overall goal of just getting clarity and knowing something, communicating so that you can get the answers that you seek. There's something quite straightforward about this theme, and it feels like for the most part, whatever information you learn, it's not something that you have to decipher. It's very straightforward, you know. It's not like a Blue's Clues sort of puzzle or something. It's very much like a straightforward, this is how it is, this is what happens, this is the information you need to know. And I feel like that's something quite freeing for you. Like, I feel like that's something that you're looking for. It could be you just learning something in general, upskilling in a way, taking on some sort of class or some sort of tutorial situation, but this communication is straightforward and very informative, and it seems to be a major theme because it's helping you gather more information so that you can work through the changes and the challenges in your life. Over here with Amber, the third main theme that you can expect to experience is represented by this fiery amber card with the number 21, Leo, and the solar plexus chakra, as well as this other yoga pose that is very much testing your flexibility. It feels like you have an opportunity here to become more specific with your interests or with your energy. So for the most part, Amber is almost talking about letting go of something. From going from the 2 to the 1, it indicates like you're taking away in order to make something more clear or more specific or just more focused. So I do see that whatever this focus is, it has to do with you, with Leo here. I consider Leo to be a energy that's focused on self, an energy that's very much about you and expression. Whatever makes you, whatever floats your boat is what we like to say in Australia. So you are being more assertive with your energy here, and it could be you just being more selfish with your time. This seems to be a major theme because it feels like it's something that you have to constantly check yourself about, you know. Just because you do it once doesn't mean it's a consistent pattern moving forward. It's potentially something that you need to constantly be aware of. Enacting healthy boundaries and being selfish in the best ways does take a lot of time, and it's not something that if you've been conditioned to do one thing, you can simply learn overnight. So interesting. We're going to get into tarot now to generally look at what you can expect for the rest of your 2021. So those 3 cards were giving us main themes. Let's see what tarot can offer us now. Group 2, please, Spirit. What can Group 2 expect for the rest of 2021? We have the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, a release of responsibility. I like that. A bit of a, I can breathe again feeling. Group 2, what can they expect for the rest of 2021? We have Judgment here. We also have Justice in the reverse. You are separating yourself from something or someone. And we also have the Father of Pentacles reverse. For some of you, you could be getting a divorce. Can I get 2 more cards, please? What else can Group 2 expect for the rest of 2021? What else can they expect? We have the Six of Pentacles in the upright. There we go, balancing out our time and efforts as well as our money for some of you. And we have the Ten of Cups. Yes, because life is too short to miss out on the more important things. Ten of Cups, happy ever after, happy ending. I like that. I like that finish for you. Now, your bottom deck energy in tarot, they're showing me the Death card. So this is a process of transformation, and I don't think it's very subconscious or internal. This is a very physical process of transformation for you guys. You're being reborn from a period of an ending, is what I want to say. Something has to end in order for this to happen, but you are being transformed. Your bottom deck energy is the Three of Wands, however. So this card is talking about expansion, and I feel like your horizons are opening up, but I also feel that this is you developing new interests, developing new goals, developing new ideas, new passions. You're really expanding your energy field, group 2, and it starts with your strong connection to self. There's a strong pull within you to sort of experience new things and to connect with a side of you that doesn't get to express itself very often. With the Aries feeling here, I'm kind of getting a feeling of first and new, like the first house, new impressions, new interests. But starting from the beginning, what the Ten of Wands reversed is telling me is that you're going to have an opportunity here to let go of some things that have been burdening you with responsibility or just been taxing on your energy. You are releasing some of your responsibilities for the rest of 2021, and you're going to have an opportunity to breathe, to let loose, to blow off steam, to exhale, to minimize, in the sense of, is that really worth my effort and energy? Or can I be more selective and careful about what I'm investing in? Can I be more careful about what I take on? Can I be more careful about my boundaries and my capacity? There is a strong feeling here of just bringing things back to basics and letting go of the extras. With Judgment here, there is a feeling of transformation, and it feels like it's coming about with the rock crystals energy. This feeling is very much about gaining some sort of clarity, some sort of undeniable truth, and seeing things differently because of that. It feels like moving forward, we have the opportunity to overcome our challenges or the changes with a newfound sense of clarity. This could be you gaining information from a very specific source, or like the rock crystal was insinuating, from multiple different sources, and then having that epiphany moment where you're like, wow, that makes so much more sense. Suddenly it's all adding up, and I'm able to see clearly now. Now, the rest of 2021 does seem to offer you a separation of some sorts. You're seemingly going back to some sort of contract or a commitment, and you're going, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe what we had was good at the time, but it's time to actually separate. Now, whether this is a relationship, and for most of you it will be, it could be a friendship, a family, or something else that you've committed yourself to. It could be a job. It could be an obligation, or coming back to that responsibility that you took too much of with the Ten of Wands. Justice reversed is indicating a separation and kind of you removing yourself from a contractual obligation. So I do see this being a major theme, because it does seem to separate you from someone who had a lot of input into your life, whether this is a boss or a partner or some sort of overarching figure that you have, some sort of patriarchal figure. The Father of Pentacles reversed does seem to be you kind of figuring out how you want to invest yourself moving forward. And this is something that you look at very practically. This is about like your time, this is about your money, this is about your long-term efforts. Like, I see the Father of Pentacles reversed as a definite moment of selfishness and needing to connect with self again in order to understand what it is that you want. And that's probably what the Amber was talking about. I see that it's very hard for you to do this for a long time, because the Six of Pentacles over here is indicating you sort of wanting to give back and wanting to balance out your life fairly quickly. So you may just have a very strong support system around you, or just have this charitable nature that gets a lot of gratification out of helping others. But the Six of Pentacles is talking about you balancing out your life and filling in those gaps. You can't really be, you can't be selfish for too long, group 2. It's very hard for you to do that in your personality. Whatever it is that you learn, or whatever passion or interest it is that you gain, you seem to want to share that with others fairly quickly. I also see this as you potentially taking on some sort of financial loan in the second half of the year. And I honestly think that with this card being upright, it's something that could be very helpful for you. It could be something that is worth investing in. So definitely look into that if you've already been thinking about it. I see it paying off here and coming from a reliable source that is not taking more than necessary and able to supplement your life. It feels like a loan that is worth taking. But do your research. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what the cards are telling me. The Six of Pentacles here. I do see that if you're wanting to walk away from a job, you seem to have more fulfillment in whatever this is. It's more gratifying is what I want to tell you. So yeah, definitely look into your options. Now, the Ten of Cups finishing it off is a beautiful feeling of synergy and a happy ending, and everything sort of working together and offering us that beautiful longevity of love and success. So I do see the Ten of Cups as a moment of celebration. So the year could finish with a warm celebration, whether it's a birthday event or some sort of party. Just a lot of love in one room is what I want to tell you with the Ten of Cups here. A lot of love in one room. So whatever happens here with the separation, needing to remove yourself from some sort of contractual agreement, it's come after clarity, and you've followed that clarity to the end, to a point where you receive your happy ending, group 2. So that's a beautiful way for tarot to kind of offer you that peace of mind. As long as you're connecting with your truth, you won't lose the most important thing, which is you, along the way. Now we're going to get some more cards just to look at what else you can expect from 2021, from the rest of 2021. What else can you offer group 2 in terms of information about what they can expect for the rest of 2021, please, Spirit? Group 2. What else can they expect for the rest of 2021? We have transitions. This came out for group 1. It's definitely a collective energy. We know that you're transitioning. You got Judgment and the Death card, both transitional energies. What else can group 2 expect for the rest of 2021, please, Spirit? What else can group 2 expect? We have duality. Isn't that interesting? Because you had this Justice card reversed, which is duality as well. All right, which is a feeling of duality, excuse me. We're going to get some more cards from this beautiful deck. Group 2, please, Spirit. Oopsie daisy. What else can group 2 expect from the rest of their 2021? What else can group 2 expect? We have Gnosis. Ooh, some sort of inner knowing here. Some sort of truth coming out. Group 2, please, Spirit. What else can they expect for the rest of their 2021? Hello. It fell on the ground. Excuse me one moment. Uno momento. We have the flame. There you are. The fire, the passion, the flame. One more card, please, Spirit. Group 1. Excuse me, group 2. What? Thank you. Oh, we have Apocalypsis. Okay, I will keep it because it does fall in theme with the changes and transitional things you're going through, but the stone was the card that I was supposed to take. Hey, your bottom deck energy is the desert. Interesting. We're not going to really delve into that, but it does have an overarching theme to these cards as well. Excuse me, I just needed some water. Okay, so group 2. I can see here with these cards that you're definitely going through changes, and honestly, whatever these changes are, whatever this transition is, it's because you have your truth now. It's because something has been made obvious to you, and it's very impossible to continue doing the same things once this information is clear. It's about you taking that information and really stepping forward with your truth. So I see you taking that and making actions that reflect that truth. These changes don't seem to be explicit, but they're very much in line with your truth. So I like that. It's not like you're focused on change. It's like, well, no, I'm not wanting to change, but the truth is blah, 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 blah. That's how we have to do it from now on, you know? It's very, very interesting. Now, Duality here does indicate some sort of cooperation, you working with an opposing force or an opposing energy, or just needing to kind of appreciate where you're at and how you may need to cooperate with other energies in order to get what you want. This could be coming back to that loan situation. If you want to borrow this or you want to do that, maybe you need to cooperate with this person or this organization or this company or this, you know, platform in order to get what you want. There's a feeling here of balance and working with something or compromising with someone else. So duality is a feeling of two things working together, basically. And with the flame, we've already talked about Gnosis. I want to come over to the flame. You have a lot of fire in your reading. The flame is not a surprise to me. There's a lot of passion behind you, and there's a lot of focus in the sense of like, this is what I want and this is what I want to do. And the flame is that feeling. It's almost like you have this tunnel vision. And I don't think you're alone in that. Group 1 had a similar theme in their reading, but yours is very fiery. Yours is like, okay, this is what I want. I want new things, new experiences, new passions, new interests, and I want this because it's going to make me happy, and that's my intention, and I'm getting more information on how I can do that. Bang, bang, choo-choo train. It's very much about you moving towards something that you really want, group 2. And I see you being successful in it. I've got to be honest here. As long as you are happy with, you know, facing your truth and taking action based on your truth, then you will be successful in what you want. Now, with the stone here, there is a stubbornness to the rest of your year, and it feels like honestly a resilience more than anything. This stone is talking about sort of putting up some sort of barrier between you and other influences. So while you seem to be working with opposing forces, you're also being very specific over what you let into your energy field. And I'm not surprised, because we had the Father of Pentacles here talking about some sort of selfishness or just some sort of self-based barrier. So we could look at that in a different way, as you addressing yourself and your personal needs, and then having healthy boundaries in order for you to achieve those needs. So I do see the stone as some sort of like a solid thing in your life that you're not wanting to compromise on. And it seems to be linked to that gratifying feeling that you get from following some sort of purpose of helping other people as well. So that's very interesting to me. I do see the stone as some sort of stability coming in, and it could also be linked to the 10 of Cups in that sense, especially if there's a celebration with people that you love. You know, maybe that's a stability feeling for you, a stabilizing feeling for you, connecting with love in that way and people in that way. Apocalypse over here is the overall theme that things are changing now, and that whatever once was is not going to be in your future. And I do think that it's not about an ambiguous feeling. I think that by the end of 2021, there is going to be one thing very clearly that you have chosen to leave behind, because it no longer serves a place in your future. This isn't like an ambiguous, like oracle, pay $2 at the fair and the psychic says one thing that was once with you is being left behind. It's like, no, group 2. This is something you intentionally, through clarity, through connecting with your truth, have chosen to leave behind. So that's what I see for you, group 2. We're going to take this into the extended now. So just quickly, in the extended reading, we're going to basically be focusing back on these 3 major themes and dissecting them further. I'm going to be getting as much clarity as I can for each of the groups, especially yours, because you have 2 fire feelings here that are working synonymously as well as individually. So I want to delve into red tiger's eye specifically and amber specifically, as well as rock crystal and this information gathering curious energy you have there. So as I mentioned in the intro, the extended reading will be on Patreon. The link to our Patreon community is down below. You will have access to like 9 to 10 months worth of content if you sign up with me today. So feel free to have a look at that and see what I offer. Before we end your reading, I just want to take a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for helping me channel today's messages, and of course for keeping me safe while doing so. I really appreciate all of your support, group 2. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a prosperous, abundant rest of your 2021, and I shall see you in another video. Bye. Hi, group 3 and welcome. If you guys had this gradient colored rock, then this is going to be your reading. Today, group 3, we're asking Spirit, what can you expect in for the rest of 2021, should I say? What can you expect for the rest of 2021? Now, to get things started, I'm going to be shuffling this oracle deck. We're going to get 3. Oh my gosh, I apologize. We're going to get three main themes that you can expect to experience for the rest of 2021. And then we're going to be clarifying with tarot and some other oracle cards as well. So group 3, please, Spirit, what are the 3 main themes that they can expect to experience? We have Jade coming out first. We will talk more about these cards after I have all of them ready. What else can group 3 expect to experience for the rest of 2021? We have Black Tourmaline. Ooh, hello. Black Tourmaline. One more card. What else can group 3 expect to experience? We have Fossilized Wood. Oh my days. Okay, so there's an interesting theme coming out here. First of all, you come across as very slow and practical, okay? The rest of your 2021 is a reflection of calculated action. Although there isn't Saturn out here, the energy is highly earthly motivated. There's a lot of sort of Venus themes, there's a lot of Taurus themes, there's a lot of earth themes in general. So it does feel like things are going to be moving slow and steady with you for the rest of 2021. You seem to be focused over quality, not quantity. And I don't know if this is an intention of yours, but Spirit seems to be wanting that for you, quality over quantity. In fact, group 3, I see that you guys are in a period of being protected. And it may be frustrating if you have been manifesting something specifically and it just doesn't seem to be coming here right now. It could be very frustrating, but the truth is quality over quantity. Spirit is protecting what isn't meant for you and what may be harmful to you from you, if that makes sense. They're keeping certain things from you because it could just jeopardize everything that you've done. Because the first card that we are being shown here with Jade is represented by the number 24, Venus, heart chakra, the water element, and this core strengthening yoga pose. Now, this pose is all about strengthening your core, and yoga in general is about being mindful of your breath with your movement. That pose, it is about flexibility, but your core there, I keep coming back to your core because it feels like you've been working on something here. There's a piece of hair floating around. It feels like you've been working on something here that is worth continuing, and certain themes or certain people could be jeopardizing that work. Coming back to your core of what is important, of what you value, of who you are, of how you associate those values with your feelings and with your relationships is so important, and it's a theme that will be playing out for the rest of the year. Jade is talking about like, well, what truly matters for you, what do you hold value to, and what is going to give you the right kind of feelings, the right kind of like strength-based, sentimental, this is what I need feelings. Not this is what I want, this is what I need. There is a strong feeling here of quality over quantity, and it starts with Jade. This feeling does transition over to our Black Tourmaline, which is being represented by the number 30, Pluto. We have the third eye chakra, the earth element, and this flexible stretching yoga pose over here. So Black Tourmaline is a crystal of protection, and what it seems to be protecting you from is interference. The number 30 here makes me think that we've got to keep it simple, and we have to keep ourselves from certain energies that are not helpful in how they inspire us, that gives us feelings of don't grow too fast, work on, focusing on simple things for now, and then slowly enhance your energy. When I think of the number 3s, I think of expansion and growth, and for that number to be followed by 0, Spirit saying now's not the time to focus on massive expansion and massive growth. We've got to take it back to basics and just slowly introduce these feelings. You are still growing, you are still expanding, But again, that main theme for you, group 3, quality over quantity. Black tourmaline is protecting you from things that could be harmful to your growth. Pluto is encouraging this growth, but Pluto is also a signal to me that there are certain themes hidden that again, it feels like you're being protected from. When I think of Pluto, I think of your subconscious or suppressed feelings or things that lurk in the shadows in general. A little bit of mystery in that sense, but a lot of secrecy. And it feels like we may not know this, we may not have all the answers as to why these things are happening in this way, but there are no mistakes for the rest of your 2021. You may experience little disturbances, like maybe you've set a plan for something, and before you know it, something happens and that plan falls through. Maybe you've prepared for something and then before you know it, something happens and that preparation falls through. It's not your fault. You're being protected from certain things that could be harmful to your growth right now. Keep it simple, quality over quantity. And your third eye chakra is about a lot of trust and a heck of a lot of intuitive support. So it may not make logical sense and it may not be practically in line with what you've created for yourself, with the plans that you've prepared, but in terms of your spirit, in terms of the divine flow and order of everything and the path that you're on right now in terms of your journey of growth and personal development, this is all happening for a reason. So there's a lot of subliminal things going on here with the black tourmaline, and although your focus is very much on your physical material world, you seem to be very practically wanting to grow. I do see that certain things just can't happen right now in order to protect you from what is not meant for you. Okay, so don't feel disheartened. What this is doing is it's leaving you open for the right things. It's leaving you open to be able to receive what is meant for your journey forward. Now, we move over to the fossilized wood here, and this card is represented by the number 14. We have Taurus up here, we have the heart chakra, we've got the earth element, and this stretch flexible yoga pose. So there is a feeling here that you got to stay nimble. In the sense of fossilized wood lately has been giving me a feeling of something so old or so stale that it's starting to fossilize. And this pose is not indicating that. The earthy design of this card is not indicating that. Even though we move slowly, it doesn't mean we've stopped moving. Don't let yourself fossilize. If something doesn't go according to plan, go back to what you know with the number 14 here. You want this, but if for whatever reason this doesn't happen, go back to what you know and just keep slow and steady, keep focusing on your growth. Slow and steady, one day at a time, one step at a time. Keep it simple, quality over quantity. Fossilized wood is talking about slow and steady, but it is also reminding you that you know, do not stagnate, basically. I do think with the heart chakra here, there is also focus on something to do with what you've already healed. You've got heart chakra twice, and I don't think that's a coincidence. Over here, the heart chakra was talking about sentimental feelings and really addressing what you need rather than what you want, and focusing on incorporating your values into your feelings and how you express your feelings with specific people, for example, back to the core of what makes you you and what you do value. And fossilized wood over here is about creating slow actions towards those feelings, and I want to say those emotions. There's a more practical approach with this, and it's about, again, slow and steady. So if you are trying to work on a relationship for the rest of 2021, it's about slow and steady and really sort of meaningful moments moving forward. We don't need to rush these things. For your group, it's really going to be about ironing out whatever happens here with this black tourmaline. And when it comes to your relationships, just again, focusing on slow and steady movement. There's a lot of focus on your senses here with fossilized wood as well. So if you are struggling with the way things are going for the rest of 2021 because you're so keen to expand and certain things seem to be moving so slowly, fossilized wood is also talking about embracing your moments for sensuality. And I'm not just talking about sex, group 3. I'm talking about your tastes. I'm talking about the things that you like to hear, you know, your music, the foods that you like, the things that you like to touch, or the things that you like to do, what stirs excitement, what stirs joy, what makes you a bit afraid in a good way, you know, really working on your sensuality with Taurus. Taurus is about your senses. So I'm seeing this as 2021, whatever experiences you have, however limiting they feel, take advantage of those experiences and really make it something that you can take in with your senses. That's what I'm seeing here. Now let's get some tarot. We're going to ask in general. Tarot may be able to give us more specific information. For group 3, please, Spirit, what else can they expect for 2021? What else can group 3 expect? We have the 6 of Cups showing up in the upright. So yes, there will be a sentimental feeling here with a soulmate. Group 3, what can they expect? We have the 7 of Cups now. There's that confusion because we have choices and potentially some things lurking in the dark that are confusing us. But this is also being clarified with the Empress, so no need to worry. What is meant to grow will grow. Group 3, please, Spirit. What else can you tell us about the rest of their 2021? We have the 7 of Wands showing up in the reverse. We know that. Some things won't go according to plan. What else can we offer group 3, please, Spirit? Thank you. I was going to say 2 more cards, please. We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed and the Sun card upright. So this is quite good for you, if I'm honest. Like, I think you need this. I think you need moments in the sun with the right people. There is going to be some confusion in your world because certain things just aren't going according to plan. And with the 5 of Wands, it's mostly because it's not meeting your expectations. Either it's not meeting your personal expectations or it's not meeting the expectations of somebody else. It feels like with the 5 of Wands, there could be a competitive energy around you as well. And this could be because you're comparing your situation to others, or again, it's just other people's expectations that you feel you can't fulfill. Whatever the reason, the 5 of Wands is talking about an energy change. And I want to say again, the main reason that a 5 of Wands situation comes into play is because we've overcomplicated our situation by feeding too much energy into too much of the wrong thing. So this could be that we've given someone else's opinion too much weight instead of our own. We've given somebody else's ideas too much bearing over our path instead of our own. Or we've just fed too much energy into too many different sources instead of one specific source. It's about uncomplicating that and bringing it back to basics for you, group 3. The 6 of Cups over here is talking about a kindred connection. I would consider this to be someone who feels like you've known them for a very long time. It is a soulmate feeling. It could just be someone from your past or your childhood, but this is a strong kindred connection to a like-minded soul. This doesn't mean that you look the same or that you have the same interests. It means that on an emotional level, you share similar values and you really connect to each other's core. And that's what the Jade was talking about as well. Why is this important for you to know? Because this person seems to help center you and bring you back to a state of what do I need versus what do I want? What have I been lacking versus, you know, what am I trying to feed energy towards? It feels like this is an opportunity to kind of have a heart-to-heart moment with somebody who you may currently be missing or who you may need to just reconnect with because they do seem to unlock a specific part of your emotional side. It could be a side that you don't show many other people because we are, you know, shown this beautiful, strong pine tree on the surface, but it's being supported by these intricate, colorful roots, which I would consider to be your core, your value, the true nature of your character, for example. And not everybody gets to see that side of us. So I see that being quite important because it seems to be a recurring theme throughout the rest of your 2021, coming back to the people who bring us into that state of, well, this is who I am, this is what matters, this is what I need, this is how I'm going to move forward, no matter what confusion I'm facing, because the 7 of Cups over here is highlighting confusion. And I feel like this is mostly because you're faced with decisions, you're faced with choices, options potentially, and some of them feel a little sketch. The emphasis of this card being upright is that your mind is clouded by what you don't know. The moon in this card is highlighting an illusion of choice, because the truth is, with clarity of purpose or intention, there is only one true choice. But under the shroud of darkness and secrecy, we seem to be facing multiple choices, and there is a fear of accidentally picking the wrong option here. So what I would encourage you to do is to remind yourself that, first of all, choices are always a sign of empowerment, but the right thing for you, the right choice to make, is going to be connected firmly with who you are and what you truly value. Your strong sense of self is what will guide you to making the right decision here. This confusion is because you may not have all the answers that you're seeking, in which case you may need to connect with people who know you well enough to be able to get you back in touch with that side of you that is clear and knows what they want. Or maybe it's about really delving back to, well, what do I want and how can I get what I want? Whatever this is, there's only one true answer, and that answer comes when you're more connected to yourself. I see the sun on this card as self, and there only being one cup here with your truth in it. The moon is considered to be an illusion of secrecy and confusion, and this is what makes us think that we have choices. But the truth is, there is only one true option here that will genuinely connect you with who you are and what you truly want. And I do think that this comes from an emotional need, okay? Not from a intuitive, or not from a interest-based need. This is an emotional need that was trying to be fulfilled. Now, with the Empress over here, I do see you growing and expanding. For some of you, this could include children, okay? The Empress does talk about a mother or a child, but in general, I see the Empress as an opportunity to let those roots grow and to really kind of slowly let them grow. This isn't a fast-moving energy, okay? This is working again on quality over quantity, growing those strong foundations and really finding that soil that is fruitful for you. And with the Empress upright, you will find that soil in 2021. That soil is going to be so nourishing that before you even consider growing, you're just going to be working on pulling those nutrients into your soul, into who you are as a person. I see this as a healing time for you. I honestly do. I think that the rest of 2021 has a strong focus on healing in order for you to continue growing slow and steady with the Empress. The Empress is a fertile energy, and once you hit that perfect balance of I have enough, you will continue to grow and grow and grow. And for many of you, it is coming back to simplicity, because there is another moon on here. So not everybody needs to be kept up to date with this chapter of your life. You may choose to do this in secrecy, in a sort of comfort area where not everybody can keep tabs on you. But it is important that the focus is on you healing so that you can continue to grow. Now, with the Seven of Wands reversed, this does very much feel like letting go of something because the energy was too challenging and we just couldn't succumb to the task at hand. We couldn't surmount, is that the word? Surmount or amount to the task at hand. Whatever this feeling is, these challenges have overcome us and it feels like it's time to let go of it. Like this Pluto energy, just simply release what you can't control. This is a chance for us to collect our energy back and decide how we want to invest it in the future. 2021, the rest of 2021 will offer you an opportunity to really dial it back and figure out how you want to invest your energy in future. This could look at you restructuring your interests, your hobbies, or just how you choose to invest your energy into specific areas of your life. With the Sun here, I see that this will bring you a lot of happiness. This could bring you a reunion with people that you haven't seen in a while, or this could just bring you the clarity that you've been looking for. Keeping it simple and following what you need versus what you want seems to be enriching you in ways that you have been lacking. The rest of 2021 does start to feel more stable for you and more nourishing and just more clearing. Like there seems to be clarity, there seems to be more light, there seems to be more warmth, more fun, more of a stronger connection to who you are. The sun is a strong masculine energy of clarity, so it feels like things are starting to come back into balance and feel more solid than they did in the recent months or at the beginning of 2021. Now with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, I do see here that we're going to have to be careful over how we invest our time and our money. The end of 2021 could look at us overspending or just, you know, needing to reschedule or really consider how we want to finish the year in terms of time and money. I consider this card to be like an investment card. And for you, you're needing to decide how much you want to give versus how much you want to take. And it is coming back to time and money, so be mindful of that. Now to close your reading, we're just going to get some more oracle cards for group 3, please, Spirit. What else can you tell us, about the rest of their 2021? For group 3, please, Spirit. What else can you tell us about the rest of their 2021? We have Destiny Calls. Okay, not bad. One more card, please. We have Ritual and Tradition. Okay, that's interesting for you. It does make sense with all this earth energy. Earth signs can be known to sort of operate within certain structures. So that kind of makes sense. Group 3, please, Spirit. Can you tell us anything else about the rest of their 2021? Group 3. Hello, we have the Box reversed. Yes, for you. Big yes. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Thank you so much. We have 3. Okay. We have the Empty Room. We have the Siren. It's kind of showing up as a blockage. I don't think you trust the calling. And we have the Tear. Let it go. Let it go. We have the Heart. So don't get it twisted, sweets. It's all to do with your feelings. The rest of 2021... I don't know if you're comfortable with this, but you seem to be forming a very strong connection with someone. And if you resonate as someone who is as single as a Pringle at the bottom of the box, then this is you forming a strong connection to yourself. But don't get it wrong, your soul is calling you towards something, and your matrix self seems hesitant to answer that call. You seem to be very focused on structure or expectations or things that have been tried, tested, and true. There is a call to do something different, and I don't know if you're going to accept that willingly. You're wanting to walk in a situation where you know what's going to happen, but ironically the choice that you are facing is not like that. You have to step outside of that in order to get that moment of clarity. You could have the opportunity to start a new ritual in the end of your 2021 to really transform how you have been growing, so that you are setting yourself up for new patterns and for new cycles. You know, it feels like you've been stuck in a little bit of a cycle, and I think it's because your energy here is a bit too complicated. You're overly invested, or you've allowed other people to become overly invested in your situation. It's your story. You're the hero, you're the main actor. Take that credit. With the Box reversed, I do see you breaking out of something that has been holding you back, group 3. It feels like with the Box reversed, you had an opportunity here excuse me, are you blurry? You look blurry. There we go. I don't know. The Box reversed is you getting out of something, breaking away from something that was very structured and was almost limiting your opportunities. You may find that the solutions to your problems are very creative and things that you haven't done before. This is looking like a brand new opportunity here to try something different. You may face a similar situation that you've been through before, and the solution now is to try something different. But remember, keep it simple, slow and steady. Now with the Empty Room over here, I do see you purging. Spirit is protecting you and trying to keep things away from you that aren't meant for you. Spirit is trying to give you a lot of time to yourself so that you can ground yourself in what is real for you. Why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why do you wake up in the morning? Why do you go to sleep in the morning? Why do you hustle so hard when you're at work? Why do you find the motivation to live through your darkest moments, coming back to the core of who you are? And this could come through that heart-to-heart conversation with that person who's so connected to your spirit, you know. But the Empty Room is a reminder of what matters, if we take away the job, if we take away the material wealth, if we take away the clothes on your back and the lavish, luxury items that you wear, or even the way that you style your hair, what truly matters? What is the core of your value system? And I feel like it's about slowly building up from there. But with the tear here, there is something very confronting about this. And I don't doubt that you've been through this, you've been thinking this. It feels frustrating because you kind of have this idea of what you want, and yet it doesn't seem to marry up with what you truly need. So I see the tear as a sign of purging and realizing something. You know now with the tear what is going to be helpful to your emotional needs and how your emotional needs have been lacking recently. So there's going to be that clarity, okay? The rest of 2021 is aimed at showing you that so that we can focus on the happier times with the sun, bringing the right people in with the sun. And with the siren here, you are being called to do something, but I'm feeling that many of you are hesitating to pick up that call. It feels like, again, something's pulling you in, and either it's so alluring, it feels like we can't trust it, or it's just something that isn't a part of our rituals, our traditions. It's not something that we've done very, very, very often. So it feels like we can't trust it. It's new, it's different, it doesn't fit the mold, or it's what other people don't want us to do. Other people expect us to keep doing what we've been doing, but our soul is wanting us to go in this direction anyway. Our emotions are calling us in this direction anyway. So it's very interesting, group 3. That is what I see for the rest of your 2021, sweet pea. I've got to cut it there. You've been the longest group thus far, and I've got to move over to group 4 now. Before we end your reading, I want you to know that I'm going to be taking this into the extended now. In the extended, what we're doing is we're clarifying these 3 themes again, okay? We're going back to basics, and I will be getting as much clear, specific information about these 3 main themes for the rest of your 2021, really diving into them and understanding how they will play a role in the rest of your 2021. If you're interested in the extended reading, the link is down below. All extended readings are on Patreon. You will have access to 9 to 10 months worth of content by clicking on that link, and you'll also be a part of our Patreon community. It's very much like a community. I do offer a lot of content over there, so have a read through, see what you're interested in, and I shall see you over there. If you're not joining me, that's fine. Excuse me, that's fine. Thank you so much for all of your support over here. I'm just going to take a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for keeping me safe and for helping me channel these messages today. Thank you for joining me, group 3, and I hope you have a prosperous, abundant 2021, the rest of your 2021. Look after your beautiful selves, and I shall see you in another video. Bye. Group 4, if you guys chose this Koedhal stone or this Koedhal rock, then this is going to be your reading. Group 4, we're asking Spirit, what can you expect for the rest of 2021? I'm going to start your reading today by shuffling some of these gem oracle cards. We're going to be getting the 3 major themes that you can expect to experience for the rest of your 2021, and then we're going to be breaking it down with tarot, as well as some other oracle cards. There will be an extended, but we're going to talk about that more at the end. Okay, Spirit, group 4. What can group 4 expect for the rest of their 2021? What are the 3 main themes that group 4 can expect to experience in 2021? What are the 3 main themes? Themes. You have Unakite or Unikite. We're going to talk more about these cards once I have all 3 of them out. We also have Aventurine over here. Interesting. A bit of fire, a bit of water. Interesting. One more card, please, for group 3. Excuse me, group 4. One more card for group 4, please, Spirit. What else can they expect to experience for the rest of 2021? Hello, we have another fiery card. What's going on here? It is Leo season at the moment, maybe that's why, but we have Bullseye coming out now. So 2 fire, 1 water. How interesting. We've got a bit of duality coming out here. A feeling of needing to almost temper certain elements in order for things to work. It's so interesting. These are two opposite energies, and yet I feel them working well for you. It may create a feeling of being overwhelmed, especially if you consider yourself to be very ambitious or very frustrated with your lack of achievements, okay? If you resonate as being on that path at the moment, I sense that this frustration is because you have two opposing elements within you. And in order for you to achieve, you have to appreciate both qualities. The more sort of watery, intuitive, potentially passive energy of your water side versus the ambitious, fiery, masculinely motivated energy from the fire side. So let's start over here with Unakite. This card is being represented by the number 9. We have Pluto, we have the root chakra, and then we have the fire element as well as this yoga pose down here. So Unakite, or Unakite, you'll hear me say it both ways, okay? Unakite does have this feeling of perseverance with the number 9. It feels like we're so close to something. We're nearly about to finish a cycle, and we have to really pull in everything. We have to pull all our resources in. We have to pull all our energy in order to be able to finish the task at hand. And it does feel like we are finishing something with the Pluto energy here. We're pulling something into completion. Pluto does talk about transformation, and it also has a feeling of like mystery about it. So for you, group 4, it feels like whatever it is that we're working on for the rest of the year, we're a little bit concerned about how it's going to play out because we're trying our best, but we just don't know if our best is enough. I think with the root chakra here, you've got to remind yourself that you're only human and you're doing the best that you can. A major theme here seems to be you reminding yourself to just stay on track and to come back to your purpose. It feels like the root chakra is like an anchor for you. This card seems to be anchoring you in some clear purpose or some clear goal that you have, and yet you're either distracted from that goal or you're just feeling frustrated because you don't know if that all this effort is going to even amount to anything. So I do see this as a major theme for you because it is about coming back to that purpose and reminding yourself that you're doing the best that you can right now. Moving over to Aventurine, this card is represented by the number 8. We have Neptune. We've also got the crown chakra and the water element over here, as well as this beautiful yoga pose of contemplation. So the watery energy on this card is very passive, it's very feminine, and it seems to be moving quite slowly. So it's interesting to have that card next to this one. It's almost completely juxtapositioned. It feels like a very different energy overall, and I think that's why you may be experiencing a lot of frustration. Aventurine seems to have a tempered energy about it that is moving passively, quietly, in tune with some sort of divine energy. In fact, I think that this side of you, it may be perceived as a lazier side of you, but it's actually a side of you that is more connected to divine and is acting based upon what you feel called to do. It feels like this is about dialing it back and really connecting with a clear path forward, not a how much can I achieve in my 9-to-5 day. It's about, well, what purpose can I achieve in my 9-to-5 day? What is the main goal or intention behind my day to day? Take away the 9-to-5, come back to the clear, purpose of it all. And that is how it's linked to your root chakra. This is the calm side of you that needs to take respite when you have the chance to. This is also the side to you that reminds you that things move in circles with the number 8 on this card. It's about reminding you that life will very much be like this, okay? You'll have your ups, you'll have your downs. It's always going to come back around though. And I also think that Aventurine could be you feeling like you're slipping into old patterns of behavior and trying to seek advice or knowledge on how you can not get down that slippery slope again. Neptune makes me think that you are kind of tapping into a side to you that's very creative, but it also feels like we're just a bit confused as to again, how this is all going to play out. You seem to be very intuitive, group 4, and yet you do also seem to be fighting your intuition with logic and skepticism as well. So I see aventurine as you trying to finesse your connection to your spirituality or your faith. If you have a faith, it feels like you're very much trying to connect to that and try not to be too, how do I word this, connected to your material world, if that makes sense. Trying not to be too frustrated by the limitations of your material world is probably a better way of saying it. Now over here with the bullseye, this is the number, or this card is represented by the number 29. We have Mars, your solar plexus chakra. We also have the fire theme here, the fire element, and this yoga pose over here. So you have 2 seated yoga poses, which I don't think is a coincidence. I feel like your moments of clarity, or at least a moment of like connecting with why you're doing this in the first place, will come when you're still. I feel like you're very motivated to really do something. You feel like you need to finish something that you've already started. But the truth is, like, most of the profound work that you will do is when you are still. And the bullseye is about being focused on something, but it's about knowing how to focus on something. It's not about burning yourself to the ground to get this done. It's about knowing what is being efficient, or how to be efficient in terms of the task at hand. The number 29 makes me think that you do have a choice here. Before the end of the year, you can come back to your original plan that the Unikite situation was, and you can decide how you want to keep going. I know that this card is probably a reverse for you guys, but it's basically saying that you have a decision to make here, and the decision is, do I keep going like I have been, or do I learn from what I've done and make a different choice? You're still moving forward. In fact, for many of you, whatever you choose to do here will lead to a lot more success for you. You're able to do more. You're able to reconsider your actions here, your energy here, and that is a major theme for you, because whatever it is that you're working on, I don't think you'll finish it by 2021. I think it's an ongoing thing that you'll need to know and really measure and balance. That's why it's always good to have those moments of reflection so that we can reconsider our approach and maybe figure it out, so that we're not just burning bright and fast, we're burning low and slow. So let's get some tarot and finesse this energy a little bit. Group 4, please, Spirit. What can they expect for the rest of 2021? What can Group 4 expect for the rest of 2021? We have, interesting, we have the 10 of Pentacles showing up first. So you seem to be working on some sort of legacy here, Group 4. What can Group 4 expect? The Sun reversed. Okay, this paints a detailed picture for me already. What can Group 4 expect? We have the Father of Pentacles upright. Interesting. We also have the Wheel of Fortune showing up as a bit of a blockage. I'm not surprised. We're going to put it upright for now, though. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. What can Group 4 expect for the rest of 2021? We have the 5 of Swords reversed. I'm hearing that first line in Lauryn Hill, X Factor. It could all be so simple, but you had to go and make it hard. Loving you is like a battle, and we both end up with scars. You don't have to take that second line. It's the first line that counts for you. It could all be so simple, but you had to make it hard. Now, we also are being shown the 2 of Swords in the reverse over here. So there's your clarity. There's your opportunity to make a decision that will better your investments, or what you've been working towards. Your bottom deck energy is the Ace of Swords, sweet pea. So I see that whatever it is that you're working on here, you're moving forward with a very clear sense of how to do it. The Ace of Swords is a new idea, or it's a new thought that you're cultivating for the rest of your 2021. And it feels like whatever this is, it translates as legacy energy. It's about longevity here. Your desire is to grow something that you can pass on to the next generation type of thing, whether it's a work-based merit or an education-based merit, or some sort of culture within a family or within a friend group, an organization. It's something that you are wanting to exceed your lifetime. And the idea behind this is that it offers people clarity, or it at least should be bringing happiness in some way. But the thing is, the irony is that the rest of 2021 is going to kind of feel like a bit of a dampener for you. I just saw 1111 on my camera. The sun reverse tells me that we're feeling a little disheartened by our circumstances. 2021 gives us this moment where we feel pessimistic or just unsure about what lies ahead. Suddenly the sun seems to be hiding behind some clouds, and we forget that clouds move and that clouds are temporary. We sit in that sort of shadow and we feel a little disheartened by what we're seeing and how we feel. Now, I think that this moment is vital because it is a period of reflection, and it's an opportunity to just kind of sit in those feelings and understand what those feelings are trying to tell us, because they are trying to tell you something, and it is something specific to you. That could be a cloudy day that many people experience, but the truth of that moment for you is going to be very different for other people. So sit in that feeling when it happens, whether it's a melancholy feeling or just kind of a feeling of frustration and defeat. Just sit in that feeling. It's trying to help you. Your overarching theme is about sort of giving you this moment where you can finesse your energy and decide how you want to work more efficiently towards your desired outcomes. With the Father of Pentacles over here, it does feel like you're putting a lot of focus on whatever this situation is. It could be your work, okay? But I see this as like a masculine energy of planning and preparing for your future. So the Father of Pentacles does seem to be focused on making something out of these big ideas. And I see that the colors on these antlers is no coincidence. For you guys, your material world seems to be especially resourceful, and you almost want to take as much from that as you can. Like you're really trying to maximize your opportunities out of your opportunities. It's like if you were seated in a room with 3 people and each of you got a bread loaf, you know, the first person might just eat the loaf like that and you're watching them like, okay. The second person may choose to slice the loaf and, you know, create sandwiches, and there's more made out of it that way. You're out here, you know, inventing new recipes for bread and trying to figure out how to make the most out of that opportunity that's been granted to you. And what I see this doing is that there's suddenly a lot of pressure on you to be able to continue doing this and to be able to maximize this opportunity. And suddenly you're a provider now and people are depending on you, and there seems to be a lot of pressure to make this last. So whatever it is, you seem to be very concerned about how long it will last, because the Wheel of Fortune is showing up as a blockage. There's concerns over the future and the fate of your future. The Wheel of Fortune is a blockage because what you put energy towards will move in your favor. And the thing about this card being a block for you is that it's a reminder that the way that this whole thing works, and the reason why most Sagittarius people are so successful, is because they continue to stay open and say yes. Being frugal and fearful of losing is what leads to more lack. Lack attracts lack. If you come from a place of taking advantage of your opportunities in the sense of, yes, I will do that, and yes, I will spend that, and yes, I will take advantage of that, and yes, I will put my energy towards that, and yes, I am going to use that and really take that moment for myself. Taking in that sense makes more room for the universe to give to you rather than hoarding and being frugal. The universe sees you as someone who can't take a lot on because you've already congested yourself by being frugal. So I do think that in your case, the Wheel of Fortune is a blockage because it's reminding you to stay open and to continue clearing your energy by using the opportunities that come your way, and not to see them as like, when's the next one going to come? I'm so nervous. This is my last one. Maybe I need to start saving. Maybe I need to be more conscious of what I do. Spirit's like, no, we got you. Keep saying yes. Keep opening up. Keep being a bit risky. Keep taking advantage of these moments. Keep being spontaneous and saying yes to these opportunities, and we will keep giving them to you. Now, with the 5 of Swords reversed over here, the rest of your 2021 does seem to be about you decluttering people's opinions of you, or just like what you choose to say and do. I feel like this is talking about you potentially changing your communication style. And I think that this has to do with one person or one situation in particular. This isn't a like overarching theme. This is like one situation in particular where you may be a bit sloppy with your communication, okay? It feels like you need to tighten it up a little bit and get onto some sort of rhythm, or just be very clear with what you want. Like, your inconsistent attitude towards this, or your inconsistent effort, will create inconsistent outcomes. There seems to be some sort of conversation here that you can have where it's about laying it all on the table and speaking honestly and not leaving anything open for misinterpretation. It's not as bad as like a 7 of Swords moment, but a 5 of Swords reversed is almost someone choosing to walk away because it's easier rather than staying and actually talking it through. And I see that in this case, if you want clarity, talk it through. If you don't want to complicate yourself and somebody's just trying to pull you into their own little argument, then by all means walk away if that's what's best for you. But whatever it is, Spirit's saying, use this opportunity to communicate so that you get what you want out of that. Walking away may just lead to more sort of confusion for you. And this is also a reminder that your communication is a resource. You know, every interaction is a resource. It's an opportunity to gain more information. So remind yourself of that towards the end of 2021, because you do have an opportunity here to switch up your energy and to be almost like go back to the drawing board and re-strategize how you want to invest your energy when you finish off this year. So this could be an opportunity, this conversation here, talking to someone about what, you know, isn't working and how you want it to work, rather than just walking away and pretending that's not even an issue for you. But this kind of brings us into the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords is finishing your reading in terms of the tarot by saying that you do have a choice to make, and this choice is going to help you re-strategize or restructure things differently so that you have a different outcome. I see that there is concern over trusting yourself, and again, you may need more information in order to do this well. You are very afraid of your future, and your actions reflect that. You're really afraid of making the wrong decision or of taking the wrong action. So ask questions, get your information, keep seeking your truth, be curious, ask the right people, talk to the right people, have the right conversations, get as much information as you can so it can curb your fears, because Spirit is indicating that your fear has a very practical, logical result. Like, if you're afraid of doing this, if you're afraid of the unknown, ask more questions. If you're afraid of how that person's going to react, connect with them, get curious, ask more questions. There is a very literal way to curb the fear that you're experiencing over here. Now, to close your reading, we're going to get some more oracle cards for group 4, please, Spirit. What else can you tell us about the rest of their 2021, group 4? What else can you tell us about the rest of their 2021? We have clarity. I'm not surprised. Clarity. Look at that. Clarity. Group 4. We also have divine justice. Oh my days. Oh my days. Can we get some more cards for group 4, please, Spirit? Again, it could all be so simple, but you had to make it hard. Oh, Lauren Hill. Group 4, please, Spirit. Stop it. You have the Maiden coming out. Oh. Group 4. Stop. There's so much passion in your energy. Okay. We also have the Underworld. Can I get one more card for group 4? Oh my gosh, we just got 4, but the one that landed on the table was the Shadow, okay? There's one on the ground. What are you doing? Oh, it's face down. Perfect. We don't need to see it. Excellent. So, to finish your 2021, these cards will just help me sort of understand if I missed anything or confirm messages that we previously got. Now, we start over here with clarity. So this is confirming the Ace of Swords, as well as the Sun reversed, as well as your overarching themes. The rest of your 2021 could give you a lot of clarity if you ask the right questions, if you seek the right resources. Your energy is your power, so invest it wisely and get the answers that you need. Divine justice is talking about rewriting something or doing something in a way where you get the outcome you deserve. It is talking about doing things for the highest good of all people involved. So this is something that takes time and it takes careful planning. Sometimes it's out of our hands. It's not something we can control, group 4, but in your case, it plays a major role in the rest of your 2021 for the highest good of all. It could all be so simple, but you went and made it hard. God. Now listen, the Wheel of Fortune is also that reminder of staying open to opportunity and allowing things to come your way by saying yes, 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 yes. So remind yourself of that, please, because you do deserve more. And I'm getting a frugal mentality from you, or a frugal energy from you. And it's very contradictory to your desire to grow, your ambition to grow. You seem to want more, and yet your energy is acting like out of a place of lack. So with Maiden over here, there is a strong emphasis to connect with your desires, your passions. In fact, this is something that helps you get connected to the right cycles. This is the number 8. This is the number 8. I feel like the Maiden is trying to reconnect you with your passion, and this could be something that's confusing because it could be coming from an instinctual place or a more carnal sort of place. Okay, there's a very sexual energy about you, group 4. I don't know why, but you have a lot of sexual energy, and I think that the Maiden is trying to remind you that, you know, that is a part of creation and power as well. So using that to your advantage in some way. I see the Maiden as a pure energy of sensuality. So really connecting ourselves with our desires, okay? There may be an opportunity to connect with your desires in the end of 2021. We'll have to explore that more in the extended. Now with the underworld here, I do see that there are things happening out of your view, and it feels very frustrating. You just don't know what to make of it. The good thing is you almost have a try before you buy policy on the rest of your 2021, similar to the Skillshare policy. You get the opportunity here to try your hardest, and if it still doesn't work, you have an opportunity over here to restructure it, redo it so that it will work. And that's what the underworld is saying, is that what is hidden will be revealed through the way that you choose to learn from your actions, okay? You think this is subconscious and secret, but it's actually something that will be made more obvious in your failures. We learn from our mistakes. We learn from what we aren't successful in, and it's our opportunity to make it more successful and to try again in a different way. Emphasis on different way, okay? I do think that you're very afraid of finishing in a specific way. And ironically, I think that you're going to get the answers that you need as long as you ask the right questions and really look at how you have failed so that you can learn from those mistakes. And I say the word failed loosely because you haven't technically lost yet, okay? This is an opportunity to reflect and restructure your plan so that you can move forward towards your success. Now with the shadow here, there's something very much fearful about the way that this is working out. You seem to be so afraid, sweet pea. I don't know what it is, but there's this fear-based energy around you. And honestly, get your information, seek your truth. There is a practical way to address these fears and these concerns. Get clear information from the right people. Whatever it is that you're afraid of, get information. Talk to the right people so that we can curb these fears, because I do think that the fears are overwhelming you beyond the point of reason. They aren't matched with the genuine answers. The answers that you're seeking will give you immediate clarity as long as you ask the right people or the right places, okay? Seek your answers from the appropriate places, and whatever fear you have will very easily dissipate. It's important that when moving forward, you try to measure that as well. Are you acting based on what you know or what you're afraid of? Because fear-based actions may lead to fear-based results, and that continues to operate to keep you in the space of operating from a fear-based place, a lack-based place, a frugal place of being afraid to lose. And that's not what's going to help you thrive with all the ambition that you have. So group 4, that's what I see for you for the rest of 2021. Listen, I'm going to take this into the extended now. What I've been doing for the other groups is I'm actually going to be clarifying each of these 3 cards in depth in the extended over on Patreon. We're just going to get as much information as we can about these 3 major themes. As I said, all extended readings are on Patreon, so the link to Patreon community is down below. I offer a lot over there, you guys, and I even have a trailer over there where you can look and see what I offer in each of the 3 groups before you choose a tier over on Patreon. I don't want to confuse you too much. Just click on the link and Find your truth. Keep seeking your truth, group 4. Listen, if this is where you're leaving me, I just want to say that I really appreciate you for joining me today. Thank you for supporting my channel and me, the Hermit Tarot. Please look after yourselves. I hope you have an abundant, prosperous 2021. I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for keeping me safe and for helping me channel these messages today. I shall see you in another video, group 4. Bye!